Good evening, and welcome to Black Metal and Brews, a program in which I just got really good news in a text from a friend, so I'm going to take 3 seconds to congratulate them. And I have done so. Now, today is Friday, December 4th, 2020. If you're watching this live, you know that. If you're not, well, the YouTube video description says as much too. So there's really actually no excuse. I didn't need to say any of that. It's Bandcamp Friday, the last one of the year. I believe the last one ever. You can tell my backdrop has changed a bit. Usually I'd be sitting on the chair, but the chair is propping up my laptop. The thing I used to set my laptop on belonged to my roommate, who sold it because it was hers to sell, and she didn't need it anymore. Totally cool and fine. We roll with these things as we go. Now it's like an awkward first date. I'm here, sitting on my bed, and we can make small talk. It'll be great. Jokes aside, I've got a couple cool tapes. Happy Bandcamp Friday to you as well, Jonathan Rosenthal. It's good to see you. I've acquired more items than I really should have, but I guess should is a weird metric. I think I got fewer than I should have, and but the bank account said stop, so I did just that. I stopped. So today I'm going to be playing a couple tapes from a couple friends of mine, and if we continue, we'll maybe tapes from people who are my enemies too. I have a lot of those. Yo, nice to see you. So first up, we're going to listen to Anaximander. And Anaximander, I have no fucking clue how to say it, but very short-lived Bay Area black metal band featuring a couple of friends of mine. My friend Sebi played bass in this band, and Avinash played drums. So killer rhythm section. Members of this band are in other bands that you've probably heard of. And I don't remember the name. One of them begins with an H. Ooh, fuck it. This is the band I know the best for, clearly. So my favorite thing about this tape, aside from the music being good, is it shows like the band thing and Anaximander 2019 to 2019. Like when I say they were a short-lived band, I mean they were a short-lived band. But we got a 4-song cassette from them, so we're gonna throw that on, and I've got a sandwich to eat, and more importantly, a craft hard seltzer to drink. I'm so skeptical of this. I was assured it was good, and Sebi from Anaximander doesn't fuck with beer. Sebi, they are a hard seltzer connoisseur, so we're gonna fucking check that out, huh? So, due to the nature of this new setup, where the music is not behind me, it's to the side, you watching will have to let me know if it's too loud, too quiet, etc. I want you to be able to hear it. I want you to be able to hear me. So let me know how the volume levels pan out, and we'll figure it out as we go, right? Yeah. Avinash played drums. Pretty cool. I think. What is the other band he's in? It's driving me nuts. I keep wanting to say it's something that begins with the word holy or high or something, but I don't think it's that. It's a 2-word name, begins with an H. I feel like an absolute goon. I don't go to Metallum or whatever before I do these. I just roll with it because usually I just have the knowledge on hand. Wild Hunt. That's what I mean of the hunt part. Wild Hunt. Yeah. Thank you. I knew you'd know. So yeah, and they're a good band too. I'm just stupid today. So I'm gonna take a bite of this sandwich and hope that it will save me from the impending alcohol I'm about to consume. That was nice. So, this should be interesting. Tropic. Juicy. Stillwater Artisanal makes really, really phenomenal beers, but they also have India Pale Hard Seltzer. Dry hopped, 3 kinds of hops. What's the other info? All natural, gluten free, a little bit of carbs, no sugar. So, should be good. I like it's 0 grams of sugar, but there's cane sugar and agave in it. Lime juice, hops, yeast, vegan. 6% alcohol by volume. I will tell you more about the sandwich in a minute. I don't actually know what it is. I got it at Seitan Rising, my weird little obsession. There's nothing weird about it. Just charming, spooky, employee-owned vegan cafe, bakery, deli, what have you, about a couple-mile walk from me. So it's nice to go on a little walk, pick up some vegan junk food, and spoil myself. So I'm about to drink a hard seltzer. I don't fuck with the White Claw or any of that. Not because it's bad, but because I've never tried it. So this is going to be a new experience to me. Given that a fancy craft beer place made it, I figure if somebody's going to sell me on it, it's going to be these folks. And I think you're just supposed to drink it from the can, but I want you to see it, so... Oh, yeah, it looks like a seltzer, and it's pretty light in color. I don't know what to pour it like a beer, because it's not a beer. Although it's getting a little bit of that foam. I don't know what that head's from. You can see it's pretty well transparent. Slight yellowishness. Oh, it's got a pretty juicy hop smell to it. Almost reminds me of gin in a way. The aromatic to that smells good. You can see that head dissipated pretty quickly. Remember a few years ago, I did a video with a hop soda. It was alcohol-free, just hop-flavored soda. Oh, that's nice. It's very light, very refreshing. I think the taste of hops would still deter people that don't like beer. But if you, like me, are a beer drinker and want something that doesn't... this is much thinner of body. Fucking really good. So I'm going to now go to the website for these folks and my cafe friends and see what it is I'm eating. It's really tasty. I don't remember the name of it. Okay, yeah, this is called the Red Devil. It's turkey, obviously all vegan. So turkey, roast beef, cheese, coleslaw, pickled beets. That was what sold me. I saw pickled beets and satanic sauce. So hell yeah, love these folks. So yeah, if anybody comes to visit me in New York, or if you already live in New York, and you want to eat from this place, I have no shame. I will eat there 4 days a week because they're only open 4 days a week, and we can get some huge ass vegan sandwiches and visit with a bunch of punk rock, heavy metal sweethearts that run the place. Support an employee-owned business. Speaking of supporting people who are, the masters of their own fates, Bandcamp Friday, the day when Bandcamp.com waives its revenue, and they let the artists have all of it except for the fucking cut PayPal dates, or whatever. Fuck it. Kira, you should make yourself a grilled cheese. You really like grilled cheese, don't you? I mean, and I'm not saying that about what grilled cheese is a perfect, direct, easy, accessible food. So I support you in your quest for grilled cheese. But I feel like you've mentioned grilled cheese to me a few times, and I love that. I feel like I have like my fermented food obsession, brined foods like kimchi and pickles and shit. You've got grilled cheese. We've all got our weird food thing. It's not weird, but you know what I mean. Yeah, make a fucking grilled cheese. You got the cheese, you got the bread. Hell yeah. Why would you wait? I don't want to wait. Yeah, okay. So, hoppy seltzer. Not bad. Anaximander. Pretty good black metal, huh? Can you hear it all right? How's the sound? Nobody commented on that. John wanted to know more about the sandwich. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I would like a hard seltzer that's flavored like seltzer. Like every now and then I'll get like a can of like the Polar Seltzer or whatever, and I always have a little bit of it and like it, and then I get deeper into it and I'm like, oh, I don't know why I committed this. John Rosenthal cannot hear it. So if you guys can't hear the music, that's no good. We'll turn the music up. There we are. How's that? A little better? Let me know. See, that's really weird. It's pretty loud in here. I mean, the song just ended, so give me a second. I want to be respectful of my roommates here. We'll see how this goes. I also need to make sure that I can hear myself speak and I'm not shouting. Oh, my microphone probably is directional. Can you hear? Let me know how that is. Killer. If you can hear it now, this isn't an unreasonable volume. It's not even 6 p.m. It's just Friday. And everybody in this house knows about me being an absolute fucking clown on the internet. So that doesn't surprise me. That might actually be StreamYard, my broadcasting tool. Yeah, I mean, good. I'm being a clown because I have a YouTube channel. I have the vanity or arrogance or what have you to hold court while eating a fucking sandwich online and think anybody gives a shit. Let's be real, that's not interesting or entertaining. I don't care, but I'm aware of we're not delusional here. We're foolish, but we're not delusional. So I know at least one of you here has made it clear that they are Bandcamp Friday. What have we purchased? I'm gonna call out John. John, tell me what you got today. I'm responding to my friend's texts with exciting news. Yeah, extra. And Kneipegeist is actually the next tape I'm going to be playing. So, hell fucking yeah. That is really exciting. Meat wave, meat wave, meat wave, meat wave. Yeah, I used all of my Patreon money to Bandcamp today. A lot of it was digital. Some of it was some merch. You know, a couple tapes. I really don't need to be buying tapes. I have too many tapes. My shelf is bowing in the fucking middle. It's just a bookshelf. It's not meant to have a shit like tapes, but you know, do what we must. Oh, we love anti-fascist French black metal. Give me that, especially because the French can be fucking shockingly racist. So if we have some left-wing French shit to counteract that, hell yeah! Like you can always send me links if you put them in the chat here. People can see that too if they want to. Yeah, it's a nice tape, isn't it? I'm lucky. I've known Sebi, who plays bass on this recording, for 11 or 12 years. So it's kind of one of those situations where if I didn't get a copy, we would be having words of the unfriendly variety. That is said in jest. In supporting my friends, I want them to thrive. And if that means I don't get special treatment, that means that I give them special treatment if I can. Yeah. Especially Sebi. Sebi is like the younger sibling to me. Except we get along. I hope. Sebi watching this thing could die, hitting the shit out of bed. Kira, what did you get today? I want to know. I need you're a decade younger than me, Kira. So I need, I need the youth pulse. I need someone to tell me what the hip kids are listening to. I mean, to be fair, I think I actually, jokes aside, have a pretty decent idea of good, exciting, extreme music still. But part of the reason I think I have decent taste and awareness is because I pay attention to what my friends like. It's all crowdsourced. That's the secret. Nobody is a fucking wealth of information on their own. If anybody tries to convince you that they're just that all-encompassing discoverer and curator of what is good, they're full of shit. You shouldn't trust them. Listen to your friends. Listen to what they say they like. Even your friends whose taste doesn't align with yours, sometimes they'll surprise you. Those are sometimes the best things that I've ever heard. When a friend who I love is like, no, like, really, I think you'll like this, I'll listen to it. Sometimes only for a couple minutes. But sometimes I fall in love with something. Kira's gonna keep her secrets. You don't have to tell me what you got today. I got a lot of things today. I guess I'll start sharing them. It's nice. I can look at my Bandcamp app in my phone and remember what I got. Don't get Paysage Thiever. That's a fucking dog shit band. You should never admit to liking that. It's just like the I love Paysage Thiever. it's a lot of snowfall sound, but it's amazing. And I feel that that's why I said I use my Patreon money for it. I did not. I don't have much extra money of my own to spend, but yeah. No. I mean, somewhere around here, I've got a Paysage d'Hiver patch that's going to go on my jacket whenever I learn to sew, or pay a friend of mine to. Hey now, it's over. Yeah, no, we're good. I don't give a shit. Like, I think if somebody is picking a fight with me and does the man thing because I'm hanging out in the genderless void or whatever, yeah, I'll be a bit of a jerk to them about it because because I'm already tense with that shit. But if somebody loves me, calls me man or dude or sir or any of that shit, I don't give a fuck. I know what a lot of this is perception, and I know how I'm perceived, and I'm fine with it. To be fair, I know how I experience myself, and I know how others experience me, and I realize that there may be that it's not always alone. I really don't give a fuck. God damn, that's a mean ass riff. Well, the things I got today. The Porcupine and Prison Suicide split cassette. I got the tape. Each band does 2 covers, and Prison Suicide is I forget who's in it. Damien Master from Pregnant Light and a million other bands is in it, and he's on guitar. And they did a cover of "Somewhat Damaged" by Nine Inch Nails that was just fucking nasty, and that's one of my favorite Nine Inch Nails songs. So I was like, okay, yeah, I can have this tape. So, Prison Suicide. Not the most wholesome band name. We're gonna say maybe it's good. I got Image of Life attended by Silence, just a digital version because you can't buy the LP on Bandcamp. And honestly, too, I don't have a fucking turntable. I'm not gonna order a record from Germany. Image of Life are what? It's like a kind of a dark wave minimal synth pop project from one of the 2 members of Pure Ground. If you don't know Pure Ground, you like dark wave at all, it's synth music. Holy shit, you need both of those bands in your life immediately. Attended by Silence is the most recent Image of Life full length, and it's just catchy as shit. It has a very nostalgic sort of sound, but it feels firmly planted in modern music. I think it's just incredible. Hello. Glad that you are here, Olaf. We are discussing Bandcamp purchases for the day. So, Angel Carol. I'm sure it's not pronounced Carol, but I'm going to pronounce it Carol. Please teach me about this, because I have no idea what that is. And Left the Blackout on the Head of the Woods are on what? On the mixtape that Ian made, or I'm learning as I go. I'm a very confused person, because now I'm trying to keep up with my speech, knowing that you're seeing me at a delay, knowing that you're responding to things that may or may not be what I've just said. Yeah, John. It said. What we are listening to is Anaximander, Bay Area black metal band, short-lived. They formed and broke up in 2019, and they made a nice EP. So yeah. However, as you hear all this silence. Oh shit! Yes, Spitmask rules. That's some good nasty shit. If you've just found them, I'm very happy for you. So it's a little quiet in here. I don't like to have to hear myself. I like to yell over it. It's almost like being at a concert again when you're trying to talk to your buddy instead of watching the band that you paid to see, right? So that was Anaximander. Lovely, lovely music, lovely, lovely people, and maybe links can't be sent in here. I don't know why. I'm learning as I go. Sorry, John. But we can. You can, yeah. Send me the thing, and I will post it in here because people. I know I can because this is my fucking rodeo. I am the head clown of the rodeo. Well. So now that we've had our fun with Anaximander, time for Kneipegeist. Out of Reno, Nevada, Kneipegeist is a one-man black metal band. This album is called Covetous Nocturnal Fantasy. Fuck if I know what that means. I have my suspicions. This was released by Diabolical Conquest. Lovely little cassette. See, this is cool because this is one of those where it's like a program repeat scenario. So you got the kind of hanged man art, lovely. And I think when I posted this on Twitter the first time, I was completely caught off guard by it. It's total oddball black metal, kind of harkens to the French Black Legions in a way, the LLN worship, but also riffier second wavy stuff. It's weird without being one of those things that is weird in the self-indulgent, trying to be silly way. This isn't Carnival and Coal. This is, just a genuine expression of strangeness, which I really like. Maybe you'll like it too. And this is something that you can get on Bandcamp for Bandcamp for stuff. Ooh, that's loud. That's a lot louder. So there we are. Kneipegeist. And I'm getting the link. Looks like there's a few copies that's ready or still available. So typed the thing. There we go. So that's a link to it. Do I think it matters where the band is from? Absolutely not. Anybody anywhere in the world can make something that is valuable and interesting, and anybody anywhere in the world can make something that is contrived and dull. I happen to know where this band is from because this is a friend of mine, and I don't know of a thriving black metal community in Reno, Nevada. I do think it is interesting, perhaps, when a musician is an anomaly like that regionally. But ultimately, yeah, it isn't a particularly relevant detail in most cases. Of course, there's always exceptions. There's instances where regional music may play a role in things. or it's part of the band's history, part of their, part of how they became what they are. I mean, yeah, of course, but I think that's also just a thing of averages. Some countries can have better black metal. If there's more people playing it, you're more likely to have consistent quality. Also, like sometimes you end up with a thing like right now the Netherlands. I think the Dutch black metal scene has been thriving for the last 5 years. The Netherlands is a very small country. There's a lot of the bands that are very exciting. And this is not to downplay it. I'm obsessed with Dutch black metal. A lot of the bands share members. So of course, if a member of Turia, for example, who's an incredible band, is in another band, that band is also likely to be really fucking good. And so, you end up with this thing where it appears regional, but I think it's also just that individuals in certain areas are really thriving and sharing the blossom of the fruits of their labor in a way that makes it appear such. There's some people with just ridiculous talent. Yeah, if there's Japanese artists you think I should know, I'd love to hear about them. I'm admittedly pretty unaware of the current state of Japanese black metal. But yeah, I think one of the coolest things about living in the age of the internet is I honestly, for me, in a lot of ways, the internet has fundamentally devalued music. But I love that I now have access to regional scenes that I wasn't otherwise going to be privy to. When I was a teenager, I'd go to the record store and buy one album, and that's all I'd listen to for a week. That's all I could afford, and I had no idea. Commodus is not Japanese; he's from Australia. And Kira, there's some black metal from Pennsylvania, but yeah, I think you end up with more of scenes in the cities, and I don't know. I know there's some weirdos in rural PA making some interesting black metal, but I'm not as up on it as I should be. I'll have to ask Tom if he knows. Yeah, so the Komodos guy is really obsessed with Yukio Mishima, but he's Australian. I don't personally like that project. It seems a little too like he's trying to set off some Nazi dog whistles without actually being a Nazi, and that I don't understand the purpose of doing that. But interestingly enough, though, Australia has a very interesting, thriving underground of extreme, truly weird music. So it makes sense to me. But yeah, Komodo's dude is obsessed with Japan, clearly. But yeah, he's Australian. I'm double checking on Metal Archives. Yeah, but that's not to diminish. Again, as you said, where somebody's from does not change what it is they offer up. I was looking up some of the Japanese hardcore and punk scene, and I found so much nationalist shit. It was really frustrating. So I was like, oh, what is going on in Japan? Apparently, there's a lot of really harsh right-wing punk in Japan, and I, personally have no interest in supporting music like that. Given the NSBM affiliation of members of the bands Sargeist, Torn, and Behexen, I have no interest in anything that any of them are involved in. No, which is a shame. Finnish black metal is rife with National Socialist ties, and as a result of that, even though I think a lot of Finnish bands are really fucking good, I've got to have self scrutiny for that. So there's a handful of bands from Finland I really do enjoy, but I can't fuck with any of those for a lot of reasons. But which was a bummer when I found that out. I had enjoyed music from them in the past, but you could be my favorite band in the world, and if you do Nazi shit, I am the sort of person a Nazi would kill. So I can't fuck with that. And NSBM is big in black metal, but the notion that it's hard to find something that isn't NSBM, I think, is a myth, often perpetuated by people who are apolitical or comfortable with that. And as a consequence of that, I think, I'm not going to tell you what to listen to or what not to listen to. But as somebody who's in a position to recommend art to others, I feel that I have a responsibility to not recommend hateful music. Or not, at least not hateful along those kind of lines. There are a lot of things in the world that I think are justifiably hated. If you I don't know why you'd make an album about fucking Amazon, but if you want to make a record about hating Jeff Bezos or whatever, I'm not going to think that you're a shit person. Jeff Bezos is a shit person, but because I know so many people who are beautiful humans who are targets of bigotry. I would never encourage people to listen to music that celebrates that sort of hatred. And sometimes the music isn't overtly like that. Like, I don't think that a lot of bands are sitting here with direct messages. It's not like they're Sturm or Goatmoon or some shit. A lot of the time it's very subtle, but it's still things that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. But, if you derive joy from it, I'm not your parent. I can't stop you. But I think there's a wealth of incredible music made by people who, they don't have to be like radically left-wing political. They don't have to be, it's not about that for me. But there's a lot of bands that are just not hateful bands that I think are phenomenal. Okay, yeah. So we are drinking this hard seltzer, and it is shockingly good. Beer-flavored hard seltzer. Who would have thought? That's a really weird world to be living in. Fucking 2020. I can't go outside. I'm drinking seltzer that's meant to taste like beer. It has alcohol. I'm on YouTube on my bed. What a fucking weird world. Ola, my friend, did you, you might be aware that of the Bandcamp Friday. Did you purchase any music today? Any new music? I know a lot of people got new music today. So if there's something new that you heard today, that's exciting to me. Yeah, that's it. When I was younger, I had an internet friend recommend me a lot of music, and then stopped talking to me when she found out I was Jewish. And I looked at a lot of the music that she had recommended to me, and it was bands that would hate me for being Jewish. And so that was 15 years ago, maybe. It was a long time ago. But I think that experience really had me, second guessing a lot of the music that I chose to consume. Because it was really weird to me that somebody would be friendly and share things with me until they learned something as inconsequential as my upbringing and my heritage. Nothing else about me or our interactions changed. But that person decided, oh, you're Jewish? Well, fuck you. Which, to be fair, fuck her. That's a piece of shit sort of person to do that. But, that's how, that was a quick crash course in NSBM for me. I was like, oh yeah, fuck these people. Even if I wasn't acting out of self-interest in that, let's say I wasn't Jewish. Let's say I was completely a straight white man, normal, whatever fucking normal means. Still fuck that, but I think it is easier to come to that sort of conclusion that I came to when it does directly touch you or somebody you love. Oh. God damn. Yeah. Here, it does suck ass, but realistically, it's such a harmless experience in the scheme of things. Somebody I was talking to on Last FM in 2006. Who gives a fuck, you know? To me, the things in the world that really matter, there are all manner of things that bother me. Somebody on the internet being unkind to me, it's not one of them. I'm not really, obviously, if you know me, I'm all about kindness. I'm all about community. But if somebody doesn't want to be part of that, then it's not really going to shake me up much because I already know where I stand. I know who I am. And I know who the people that stand with me are. Or the kind of people that would. If somebody doesn't want to be part of that, they certainly don't have to be. To me, it's as simple as that. What's everybody drinking? Are we drinking tonight? Of course, you don't have to drink now or ever, but it's Friday night, and I realize that many people are still living the Monday through Friday lifestyle. Fen, English band, Fen, they're quite good. Yeah, I haven't heard them in a while, but I've got a couple of their records. I think Fen is wonderful. Sorry to hear that, John. I'm glad that you're able to rest. I hope you're able to rest. Wine is great. I love wine so much, but when I drink wine, I fall asleep so fast. It just knocks me out. So I'm a beer drinker if I want to talk. Because on wine, it's just like, it knocks me out. Coffee, it doesn't. Coffee is my favorite. Yeah, Kira, if you got your COVID test today, you're staying in and doing nothing until that result comes back. Thank you for being responsible. I'm glad that you are taking good care of yourself. And of course, we hope your test comes back negative. That's kind of implicit here, but we're going to say that anyway. A lot of people I know have been having to get tests lately, so it's a troublesome time, at least here in the States, with cases on the rise again. We'll see, huh? Olaf, I know very little about Swedish folk music. I like regional folk music in general in most instances. So I would love any recommendations. Madeline, I'm thrilled that you're here. We got some catching up to do. The Little Serpent Liturgy's artwork. I love that album. It sounds. I mean, somebody said this as a criticism of it, but I viewed it as a good thing. It sounded like the band was trying to record an album inside of like a crowded video arcade, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And Kuke Elimoku, which I think I'm saying it right, but I don't recall. Fucking really, really fun stuff. So, hell yeah. And Kira, that's wonderful. I think that's the thing. Being ahead of the curve on that is how we stay. Literally ahead of the curve. God damn it, then. I am a fucking clown. But, I make it look so easy. Okay, so I just got to say, the Satan sauce, the satanic sauce from these people is amazing, and I'm sure it's just like some sort of like vegan Russian dressing, but holy shit, I love it. Oh, that's right. I was listing off the things I got today, and then we actually got into conversation, which was wonderful. I got strangest black metal tape ever from this group called Zevods, Russian or Ukrainian. Where are you from? I don't know. Ukrainian black metal. Very strange though. It's like you got the dude from Nuit Noir on one song. Like it's super oddball. Zevods. I don't even know how to spell it to you because it's in Cyrillic characters. But if you look at like on Bandcamp, the Zevods, it should still come up. Like it knows what you're trying to get when you look for that. I can't tell you, John. I can't tell you. It is from what is the record label called? It's Blood Red Distribution. So, got a Zevod's tape. Yeah. Really exciting. And I will have to check that out. I like beautiful music. I like loud and ugly music, but I also like beautiful music. Then I got a few digital albums from Nostalevo, an electronic experimental label that I love. I already had all these on cassette, but I didn't have the digitals of them, so I picked up a handful from them. I got Tall and Men's Verbius Abstract. If you don't know about my love for Tall and Men is like the best fucking band ever. Super downer, weirdo, outsider post-punk with the production value of a basement black metal tape. Incredible shit. If you have any interest in outsider music at all or post-punk music at all, and you also are here because of black metal, you will probably like Tall and Men. I got Blue Krishna's Repeat Until Death. Kind of weirdo synth music from the dude from Body of Light. And yes, it does. It is silent in the background now. We're giving it just a second. I need to do this, and I'm gonna fast forward the tape to the end and then put something else on. And then yeah, you should grab. I Kira, because of time, I don't know which that you should grab, but the answer is probably yes, no matter which. But yeah, I mean, especially if you're talking about Zevods or Tall and Men, the answer is yes. You need both of those in your life. Okay. Ooh. Well, can you tell I've got a bad knee? I mean, it's not like it looks like a bad knee, but I'm moving funny today, and I'm aware of it. Okay, so there we are. So that ends the portion of today's program where I play tapes from my friends, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Oh, maybe it does. Yeah. Next, we're gonna throw on Spectral Wound. Have you heard of Spectral Wound? You're about to. This one's called Infernal Decadence. I think they're Canadian, or at least the label that put it out is Canadian. Again, as we said, it doesn't matter. I'm just throwing facts at you to fill up space because I don't know what to do with the YouTube channel. But yeah, this is as Jonathan said, this is a great album. I'm assuming we're talking about this. So it was immediately accessible. And if you know one thing about me, it's that I am really bad at planning for these. I just kind of show up and do it as I go. So we're gonna listen to Infernal Decadence by Spectral Wound. Because I had it out for a reason, and I guess that reason was because I'm gonna play it tonight. So there we are. Yeah. I found this album because I was responsible for premiering it on Vice. What a weird thing to think. Yeah. The booklet's just lyrics inside, not a lot going on. I mean, I think that's cool, but I can't show it to you in a way that'll make it interesting. You're going to struggle to read that, because I struggle to read it. I need glasses. I feel like I say it every time I'm on YouTube. I need glasses. I actually got a call from the eye doctor the other day saying, we would like you to come in. It's like, I'm not coming to the eye doctors during a pandemic. Not when I live in New York City. Too many cases, too much risk. Maybe next year. Have I ever talked to some artists? Like interviewed them? I regularly interview other musicians and people who make art that I enjoy. The laptop I'm filming this on right now is in the process of dying. So like, it was dead for the last 2 days, and today it just decided to fucking wake up. So I'm, this is pure luck right now that I'm even online. But yeah, I love interviewing musicians. I love talking to them. I'm fortunate because I've been running my website for 8 years and this YouTube channel for almost 7. I'm very lucky that I've managed to befriend a lot of the artists whose work I enjoy. And some of them don't like me at all, and that's fine too. But yeah, I speak to some sometimes. If there's somebody that you'd like to see me interview, I can do that. Telok, yeah, he makes some wonderful music. He's the one that does Nidinger, yeah. I'm bad at this. It's like my brain has gone somewhere else. Yeah, that's Telok's band. I really like that band. That last album was fucking incredible. I don't know any Norwegian artists. I've spoken with Garm from Ulve a few times, but I wouldn't say he's somebody I know. I've had the good fortune of interviewing him, and I think he's incredibly talented and fascinating. And I've spoken with Ivar from Enslaved a few times, who again, a very interesting, skilled individual. That guy's like living the dream too. Yeah, he's like, he joined Enslaved when he was like 12 or 13, and that's just his career. He's here 30 years later, still doing Enslaved, and they're a very different band now. But what a lucky thing. I think he's only like 10 years older than me. If even that. What the fuck am I doing? I'm talking into my laptop in my bedroom. I have no skills. I don't make good music. Not that I have to. You know what I mean? A lot of the guys from the early Norwegian scene, I think what often strikes me is how young they are, considering how long we've been making music. And how here in the United States, we just don't see a lot of that. I feel like most great musicians in the United States get started in their 20s. Maybe they've been playing music before, but the bands, for whatever reason, we just don't have it where people are 13 starting bands that become genre-defining artists. I wonder why that is. I swear I'm almost done eating this. I'm going to leave the other half for later. Because I feel kind of
gross eating on camera. It feels weird. Yeah, I mean, things change. But obviously there was a lot of very young people making very intense music, and I think that's one of the things that happens. Like, while I think I'm fundamentally the same person I've always been, I've changed a lot since I was a teenager. All of those bands, the classic second wave bands, formed when they were incredibly young. So of course they were going to change. And what John is saying, I think, is more of my personal opinion. I think that artists like Fluidity, which I'm probably mispronouncing, or Bedblenzende, and Dodensgard. Holy fuck, that last DHG album, Umbra Omega. Personally, I mean, obviously, none of that bears any resemblance to the early second wave stuff. Although I think DHG is one of the bands where every record is crucial. Same with Fluidity, to be fair. I think there was the one mid-period album that Fluidity put out was a little strange. I liked it more when I was younger than I do now. Yeah, I like experimental black metal. I like black metal artists to challenge themselves and their listeners. It doesn't always succeed, of course, but that's the risk one takes. And obviously some bands fell the fuck out. Some bands got weirder, some got more interesting, some got mellower. I don't really follow Borknagar anymore, for example. I don't like anything Arcturus has done in quite a long time. But at the same time, I don't think it's because they're bad bands. It's just not as much of my interest. And yeah, John, Department of Apocalyptic Affairs, I thought that was the coolest thing ever when I, maybe 10, 12 years ago. I listened to it maybe 6 months ago, and I was like, oh, wow, this is actually not as great as I recall it being. Their most recent shit, however, has been fucking mind-blowing, so, all's fair. All's forgiven. I love it. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of the Norwegian scene is talked up a lot. And, I think when we create a mythology surrounding anything, the reality is never going to live up to it, is it? If I make you a god, if I tell you that you are perfect, and I convince myself of that, then the second you do anything, you're going to let me down. And I think that's what happened with a lot of those artists that blew up, in the 1990 to 1996 period. Is they're human. And people made it this thing that wasn't what it was. Of course they're going to let you down. But then I look at it, and it's like, for a really long time, like Dark Throne. Let's look at Dark Throne, because I love Dark Throne. And I love Isengard. I love pretty much anything that they've done. For a long time, however, they started putting out albums. I think it was like with The Cult is Alive, Dark Throne began to shift towards a little more of that Motorheady direction that they really loved. And I was very, very into Transylvanian Hunger. That was one of the first black metal albums I ever bought. And so I heard Dark Throne getting more rock and roll, and I thought, what the fuck is wrong with this? This is terrible. It's grown on me now. I love it, but people change. I don't be as bad. And hell yeah, Minder. Oh my gosh. I remember the 1184 was was such a gateway record for me. I remember hearing that album, and that song "Destroy." Oh God, it did just that to me. It destroyed me, and I will forever love that band. They recently issued a Vindir box set with everything, all their records on vinyl. I can't afford it. I won't have it, but I was so excited. Yeah, later Dark Tornadoes are so fun. Panzerfaust is not my favorite, but it's good. John, you have a job. You can get the Vindir vinyl box set. You deserve it. I'm proud of you. Happy Hanukkah. But yeah, I mean, I think Dark Throne, there is a chance, and I go back and forth. I think that Leave No Cross Unturned might be Dark Throne's best song. So yeah, I have to support new Dark Throne. But at the same time, I remember being a teenager and hearing their, poorly recorded early works and finding so much of myself that I didn't know was missing in that kind of music. And Arntor is also fantastic. I mean, there's not a look. It's not like there's a bad Vinder album to pick, and that's so cool that your mom went to school with him. I wonder what they were like. Yeah, Old Star I didn't really sit with a lot. I did like Arctic Tundra quite a bit. But yeah, I think, I mean, Leave No Cross. Also, to close an album, that's like, what the fuck? That sets such a high standard. But I feel like Dark Throne outdid themselves. They established a precedent that they cannot follow. Before they were playing it safe, and I love like hiking metal punks and shit. Like that's so much fun. I love it. But that they can deliver more of that. You can't have a Leave No Cross Unturned on every record. You just can't. That's iconic. Like that is, that should appeal to the fucking power metal people just as much as the black metal people. And that's a hard thing to do. I don't fuck with power metal at all. I try. I have a lot of friends that love power metal dearly, and I respect them, and I will always give their recommendations a shot. It always bums me out that I don't like power metal because I feel like an asshole for it. But like, you play me, even Blind Guardian, I have no patience for it. I think it's great music that I don't enjoy. And oh man, I would love to see it. I'll have to look that up when we're done here because Valthar, I know very little about him as a person. I feel like Journey to the End became his self-fulfilling prophecy. And I don't like the phrase of dying doing what he loved. I think that's really unfair because I don't think he loved dying. But that man loved nature. He loved the mountains. I've seen. But I really wish he were still around to share more of his music with us and to enjoy his life more because I think he deserved more life. I think everybody who dies young does. Okay, the weird thing about getting a buzz from seltzer is like it does not feel like this should be making me inebriated, but it is. I'm not sure if I like that though. Like it's bothersome. It's almost like, again, because this does not feel or taste like booze, it almost gives me the feeling that something is amiss. Like oh, I shouldn't feel this way. Like not like somebody who's drugged me or anything, obviously, but I'm having an inconsistent experience in that I've consumed something that doesn't feel intoxicating, but it is. I guess it's kind of like when I was young and drinking sugary liquor drinks. And then wondering why I'm vomiting strange colors. I grew up in a mountain town in California. Not mountains like the way you have, but in the forest by a river with mountains all around me. I would love one day to go to Norway and see the mountains. see the nature, see just the sheer majesty of it all. I love living in a city. I will probably live in New York for the rest of my life now that I'm here. Uh, I shouldn't say that. I have no idea where I'll be, but I really, at this point in my life, enjoy living in a big city. But I love nature, and when it is safe to travel again, I need so desperately to get out into the world and get into nature again. Go on a hike, go see what there is to see. Maybe we'll have a beer or some wine if it's, maybe I can just have some wine and fall asleep. You know. So I'm at a bit of a crossroads here. I'm about to finish my drink, and I can go in for another hour. I have a meeting with a friend in an hour, not or in an hour and a half. Digitally. I'm getting a tarot reading. Very, very exciting stuff. I mean it seriously. I'm excited. So I do have a hard cutoff tonight. Should I have another drink? I don't want to be wildly intoxicated when I go into a tarot reading. I feel like a clear mind is important. But I also want to continue to socialize with you because I do not know how much longer my computer will work. I'm truly afraid this may be the last live stream I do for a few weeks or more. So it's like, what do I do? I'll probably have another beer. I know myself too well here. Yeah, you know what? Enjoy life. I always do, to be fair. Even when I'm miserable, and I'm often miserable. I'm a miserable piece of shit. But some part of me, I think, revels in that. Wonder why. I guess I'll have to ask my therapist. I think it's time to flip the tape. Oh, Simon, I'm thrilled you're here. And dude, I do these for hours at a time. I don't even want to be here that long, but I'm glad you've been in. And yeah, the answer is always yes. And Madeline, I'm fucking thrilled. Okay, yeah. Madeline, you want to come on camera? Let me know. You can join. We can celebrate together. You can co-host with me tonight. You don't have to by no means. I'm gonna flip this tape. I'm gonna go grab another drink, and when I come back, we'll see what's going on. Okay, but the verdict on that seltzer was that it was good. All right. We are back. All right. Hard pass. I understand. I am trash mode all the time. I am trash right now. Departure Chandelier was one of the first cassettes I bought. I bought it on Discogs, and it was one of the reasons I started my blog. That fucking rules. I have a lot of cassettes, but not that tape. One day when there isn't a pandemic, maybe we'll meet up and you can play those 2 songs in my tape deck. Although, I mean, to be fair, you can probably hear the whole record now because it's been out for years. Yeah. Yeah. So, this next beer I have is an actual beer. It's from Grim Ales, so you know it's good. If you didn't know that, you know that now. Grim is a fantastic brewery here in New York. This is a super spruce. It is a dry hop sour ale with spruce tips. Thrilling, truly. Tonight we're drinking this in honor of my dear friend Madeline signing a new job offer, and also in the fact that I need a beer to drink. But also, yeah, we love Madeline and are proud of her. If you're in the live chat, congratulate Madeline, because I know that she went through some stressful job interviews this week to achieve that. Do I know of the Black Label Brewery in Scotland, the one in Edinburgh? Yeah. Our Twitter handles are almost identical, and so for a long time, it doesn't happen as much, but it used to. I would regularly get people tagging me in a post that was meant for them, or vice versa. So one day I will go and I will get absolutely ridiculously fucking loaded in Scotland with them. They don't know that, but I know that. It's gonna happen. So Grim Ales. Grim is a brewery again here in New York. They make really fucking good beer. I've never had a beer from them I didn't like. This is a dry hop sour. It smells good. Doesn't smell overly vinegary. Hey, thanks for being here, Olaf. Get some good rest. Yeah, I know it's much later in Norway than it is here. Good luck with your exams. That's a fucking lot, especially during a year like this. You've got all my strengths is on your side. What little I have. Cheers. Thanks for being here. Yeah, no. Black Metal Brewery. Like, as far as like metal breweries, I've got like these 3 pillars in my mind. I want to go to the Black Metal Brewery in Edinburgh. I want to go to True Brewing in Denver, Colorado, and of course Hammerheart in Minnesota, because Austin from Panopticon runs Hammerheart, and he's my friend. Austin, you're my friend now. If you didn't already consider me a friend, you're my fucking friend. You're stuck with me now, dude. I did a panel with Hammerheart Beer at Roadburn a couple of years ago, and it was I peaked. I will never achieve such glory because fucking Becky Laverty let me have a panel at Roadburn with the dudes from Panopticon where we just drank beer. Like, I don't know why she permitted it, but to be fair, they scheduled it during that special acoustic cave-in set, so that nobody had to put up with my shit. That sounds amazing. So the fella from Black Metal Brewery turned up to Damnation dressed as Viking. Fair play, But yeah, no, there's a lot of. I want so badly to go to the UK. I have a lot of friends there. One of my dear friends in Brooklyn is from Devon, which is obviously not Scotland, obviously, but I have so many reasons. He wants me to go see what it's like in Devon when he goes back to visit family, because he thinks that I'd find it interesting, and I think so too. I have friends in London. I have friends in Manchester, and probably other places that I don't know the names of because I've never been. And then I have a ton of friends in Scotland too. So yeah, no, I'm gonna come. I'm going to get sideways in your country. So I hope that to be fair, I'm an American. I'm sure I still can't keep up with you, so I won't make too much of a mess, I'm sure. Ooh, oh, that is good. It's crisp but not overly tart on the sour. It's not like that. If you've ever had a sour that's like pure vinegar or pure lemon, this isn't it. It's really smooth, but it has that almost like back of your throat sort of feeling that you get from a sour sometimes. Really nice. I love spruce, so it works well. Grim, you've done it again. Right. Yeah, we're great on time. We've got 45 minutes for me to drink this beer. And hey, Kira, don't dip just yet. We're going to take a 20-second plug here. Kira, who is an absolute delight. She is here in our streams a lot of the time, has a black metal project, a one-person black metal project called Farron, named after one of the goddesses from Zelda mythology. Just announced the CDR release of the album Interloper on Grindstone, which is a phenomenal record label responsible for Old Nick and a lot of others, but you know it for Old Nick. If you're watching this, you know Old Nick. So Kira is now label mates with Old Nick, and that shit just went up for pre-order. So order a CDR, okay? And I mean, you can find it. Google Grindstone Bandcamp, not Grimstone. A lot of people call it Grimstone. It's Grindstone, like a gross ass fucking rock. Yeah, and Kira makes cool black metal, rooted in the Legend of Zelda mythology. I think that makes two black metal bands names that I know of, along with Dompe's Keep, which is cool as shit. So yeah, do that. Kira, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Love you to bits. I would be buying a CDR, but I don't have anything to play it in. I've just got my fucking tape deck. I've got all these records and no turntable. Them's the breaks. Shit happens. But so I guess I need to figure out, I need to get either CD player or a turntable. Actually, probably a turntable, because I got rid of all of my things. Oh, so my apologies. I thought the CDR was up for pre-order. I saw that they added your album to Bandcamp, and because I already purchased it from you and your Bandcamp, Kira, I did not even look at it. And I saw that they were going to release it on CDR, so I assumed that the CDR went up for pre-order. My bad. However, you can listen to it still, and you should listen to it, because music has its worth even if you can't hold it in your hand. It's nice to hold it in your hand, and often it gives you a better chance to support the artist directly. But and you should be blushing because I've said nice things about you, but also be proud of what you've done. It's worth being proud of, look, I've spent my entire life making music very few people enjoy. And I remember when I was 19, I had a black metal band with a friend of mine who is not my friend anymore. John knows why. Homeboy went far right wing, and we're not friends because I don't fuck with that. But we had this black metal band, and it's honestly the most attention I've ever got, at least online. There was some fucking black metal blog that wrote about us. I don't remember the name of it. Don't ask me. And we had people who would comment on our MySpace because this was that long ago. Excited every time we dropped a new track, and it felt so cool. But I also felt like they were lying to me. And in retrospect, they probably weren't. Why would they give a shit? What I was 19 and my friend was 17. Why the hell would they care to appease us? I think, my buddy was just listening to a shitload of Life Lover, and I was drunk all the time. Listening to Wolver. So, there was no reason anybody would pretend to like what we were doing. Everybody was sincere. So, and for me, I gain nothing by pretending to like things. This has been the year of all the facades crashing around me. So yeah, I honestly think that what you do has value and is good. Yeah, so that's how to spell Farron. So look it up on Crimestone. The album's called Interloper. That's a regular English word, so you can find that pretty easily. It's a really good album. It's a really good album, and I'm really glad to hear it. Even if it weren't made by a friend, I would enjoy it. But especially because it's made by a friend, I take joy in hearing it and knowing that somebody I care about made that. Yeah, no. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. But you said you were getting offline, and we're gonna respect that boundary. You get offline. You go have some fun. Enjoy your night in whatever shape it may take. And I hope your COVID test comes back negative, because that's an anxious period when you're waiting for results. A lot of the people that I do mutual aid with have been getting COVID tests and dipping out of mutual aid for a minute, because they need to wait on the results. So it's been a period of that here at the stateside. I haven't been in direct exposure to any of the people who got the tests, but I'm still probably going to get one in the next few days, just because I get to go to the hospital on Wednesday, like I do every month. I go one Wednesday a month, because the hospital is the happening place to be when you have an autoimmune disease. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. But I'll probably go get a COVID test tomorrow or Sunday, so that I can be sure that I'm not walking into the cancer ward with a dangerous virus that could harm the other people there who have very compromised immune systems. So, Simon, I didn't ask you. I've asked a lot of the other folks. Did you get anything special on Bandcamp Friday? We were talking about that earlier. Or I could continue the list of shit I got on my phone, but most of you follow me on Twitter. You've probably seen the picture, the screenshots of it anyway. I'll list a couple more in the meantime. Last week it was Nostalevo. I grabbed a cassette of Cremation Lily from his new album this year, more songs about drowning, because I have a fascination with water in the ocean, just as I do the moon. And Cremation Lily is beautiful music. Got a couple albums by Sun Rot. Sun Rot? They fucking rip. They are from New Jersey, and it doesn't have to be black metal. Look, my favorite band is The Cure. I want to hear about new music. A lot of the music I bought today was like electronic music, pop music, and extreme metal, because I like that too. I got fucking screamo albums. I got grindcore albums. I don't think I buy. Yeah, I did get a little black metal, but most of what I got today was not black metal. Because I already have so much fucking black metal. I got a Noise album. I got the Ruins of Everest. That was the black metal I got today. And Old Nick. I hadn't got the last couple Old Nick things, so I caught up on that. But mostly I got like hardcore albums and fucking Noise. Because that's a mood I've been in lately. I got like a couple Gouge Away things. I got something like Closer. Got the new Fuck the Facts, which I'm gonna let it sit for a bit before I think. But like, if you were to ask me today, like it's between Fuck the Facts and Aranzi Pazuzu for album of the year. That Fuck the Facts album is just driving me nuts with how good it is. I cannot stop listening to it. It's insanely good, and they are very much not black metal. So. Although obviously they're not a family-friendly band. With a name like that, I know it's shocking. So I mean, anything anybody gets, fair play. I think one of the top albums on my list of the best things of the last decade is by Lasher Keen. It's an acoustic record. Another top one is by Human Leather. They sound like they fell out of a John Hughes movie circa like 1985. So, you know. Ooh, USA Mexico. Yes, yes, yes. I love the Butthole Surfers. So, yes. I'm very, very, very excited to hear this. I actually do not know the USA Mexico album. Like, I know of it. The name is familiar, but I'm really pumped to hear this because I fuck with that. I fuck with that big time. Um, so a little over a year ago, I actually saw Gibby Haynes from the Butthole Surfers, obviously, do a set where he sang with like a children's rock school from Philadelphia. So it's like this school of rock thing. There's a bunch of fucking kids between the ages of like 10 and 18 playing Butthole Surfers songs and Gibby Haynes singing. It was one of the coolest shows of my life. Gibby was wasted. Like they had to push the show back an hour. He was so intoxicated at like 6 p.m. that they had to push it back so that Gibby could get ready. I loved it. It was one of the best nights of my life, and I was in the grip. I was so sick from my disease. I was having such a bad day. I almost didn't make the show, and I'm so glad I made the show. And Butthole Surfers are one of the only notable things ever to come out of San Antonio. There's a picture I saw, and it makes me so happy of like just Texan glory, Madeline. Because as a Texan, you'll appreciate this. Maybe it's a picture of Gibby Haynes, Rocky Erickson, and Willie Nelson, and it is one of the most beautiful things. And especially because those are all kind of psychedelic warriors of their own era in their own way. I love seeing those three men together, smiling and goofing. And I wish Rocky were still among us because God, what beautiful music he made. I love him so much. Glad we still got Willie. And obviously glad we still got Gibby. I hope we have Gibby for a while to come. So that's the Spectral Wound. We are running through these tapes faster than I can come up with them. Let's switch gears to something mellower, huh? Well, let's ease on down and out. Physics House Band. I've not heard of that, but if it's a Mars Volta sort of vibe, I'm very intrigued. I love them. I loved At the Drive-In prior to them, so I mean, you know, inherently, I love that. I love when progressive and fusion music can be made kinetic and like taught like that. Because I think that's the one thing that gets me is like when cerebral music doesn't have to be academic. You can still make it gripping and thrilling. And I think that the Mars Volta really succeeded in walking that line between the tension and energy of rock and roll and the thrilling musicianship of like free jazz and everything else. John, if you're still watching, do not correct me on my genres. I know that I don't know what I'm talking about. What's good? We've got here's a tape from a beautiful human being that I am blessed to call a friend, Tanner Garza. Tanner Garza makes ambient music. This tape is called Lucid. It's from 2013. And it is pretty beautiful stuff. So we're gonna listen to some ambient music for a little bit because it's easier to talk over. I don't have to fucking shout at you. One of my roommates has a friend over. I feel like an asshole blasting heavy metal in my bedroom while I talk to my computer screen and drink beer. Like, oh God, if I don't seem like a midlife crisis in the making, I don't know what I am. I need to stop making fun of myself. It's really not even funny. So, Tanner Garza, Lucid. Tanner makes some of the most beautiful music I've ever heard. It often based around tape loops, but not exclusively.
he's got a really good heart. So of course I like that more. Wolves of Greece, I'm not familiar with. Um, but if they did a Peel session, you know, I spend a lot of time just looking at Peel session archives on YouTube. So this starts with like manipulated bird songs, so you're probably not going to hear it so well. But I don't want to turn it up louder because that'll be really annoying. Just trust me, there's a bird chirping somewhere in the distance, and the album will turn into stuff. Sorry, I'm got a fucking text here that I'd like to at least glance at. Sorry. All right. Cool. Yeah. Someone lit a fly in my apartment. We don't have flies in here usually, but there's a fly and it made its way in, and of course it's in my room now. Because I'm the only person that stinks in this home. Which is not the case. Fucking both the other rooms have cats with litter boxes. I'm the only person that doesn't have a cat, but the fly's in my room. I feel as though I must have done something wrong in a past life to warrant this. It's not right. I do not deserve the fly. The cat deserves the fly. I love the cats. The cats are the ones shitting in their rooms. I have the decency to discard mine in the toilet. And ambient music, yeah. Honestly, ambient music is an early love of mine. And I do feel the parallels between black metal and ambient are they're very apparent if you listen to much of either. Put on Not Just Showing Leads, Lead Stay at Your House and Dream. I love that. I not in a bragging way, but just a bonding with you way, Simon. Maybe a year and change ago, I did one of those like Bandcamp.com does profiles of artists, sometimes where they give you like a primer. I did the Aiden Baker Nadja one because I love them and him so dearly. So I did kind of like a beginner's guide to the works of Aiden Baker, and I'd like to think that it was good. I had him suggest a few albums to me, and I picked a few of my own, so that so that it wasn't just like him curating his own favorites, but also like an artist with a catalog like that. I trust that they will know how to provide a decent cross section of their vast catalog. I fucking love Aiden and his work. I've yet to meet him in the flesh in the real world, but his work is stunning. I think I've written about him multiple times in multiple ways. I think one of the last reviews I wrote on my website was his recent work with Simon Goff and Thor Harris. Fucking incredible. So yeah, and I love that he finds the unsubtle in the subtle and vice versa. That sounded like academic speak. I dropped out of high school, so forgive me for that. I have no business speaking like an academic. Oh, yeah, Gize. That's the label that put out the one I just reviewed in August. But to be fair, the last 3 months were kind of a vortex for me. We're not speaking ill of anybody, but my long term romantic partner and I split up, and time kind of disappears during a breakup, and especially when you move into a new place and your whole world is this place. So it's one of the last reviews I wrote, but it's probably 3.5 months ago now. But yeah, that trio record that he put out on Gize is incredible. So Becky Laverty's making music for that label now. I'd like to hear Becky's music. It's probably about a cat or a dog. Which, to be fair, is what I would do too. Becky and I can make a record about a dog. The first time I went to Roadburn, I wore a Mammifer shirt with a cat on it. And I told her that's how she could find me, is that I would have the cat shirt. And I think that she liked that and also judged me for that. Becky, I know you judged me. No, but no, we became fast friends, obviously, because I think I'm still in good standing with Roadburn. I've been in good standing with Roadburn. They're stuck with me whether or not they want me. But yeah, no, Becky's a friend, and I didn't know. I didn't know much about. Oh, big. Okay. We're getting. No, I know she doesn't make music, but that's going to be my new thing. Is I'm going to make Becky make music. You mentioned building up label. Okay, that makes so much better sense. Because I'm like, I don't think she does PR for them. Although, I mean, I can see her just assimilating that into her portfolio of things that she does. Because that's kind of how Becky seems to work. It's just like, I'm talking to her and she's like, oh yeah, I love this artist. And then, a year later, that artist is just part of her I'm doing this like she's a fucking witch with a cauldron. Part of her portfolio, part of her little roster of people that she works with and loves. But yeah, no, I adore her. And it has been far too long since I've seen her. Because I missed the last Roadburn because I was in the hospital. So, yeah. God, yeah. Maybe we can get her to make a record out of like recordings of her dog Chip. Chip speaking. Doing whatever the hell Chip does. That's such a good name for a dog, Chip. I don't know if it was a thing elsewhere, and I also don't know. I mean, you may be considerably younger or older than me. But for people my age, there were these films, The Rescuers, with these two little chipmunks named Chip and Dale. And so I always think of a cartoon chipmunk when I hear that her dog is named Chip. And then I also think of food products, of course. As one does. Chip, it's not just that Chip can play Roadburn, it's that Chip should play Roadburn. And, I'm here for it. I think it's time to make the petition. Look, I guarantee they've had worse sets than an animal making noise with a contact microphone or something. I've been to Roadburn. Experimental music flourishes at Roadburn, and experimental music, which I love, just as often sucks horrendously as it does, rule amazingly. So, we'll put Chip in like the cul-de-sac. There we are. Chip will play Roadburn. Becky Laverty, it's on. We've confirmed this. As an associate of the festival, I'm putting my stamp on it. It is determined that Chip the dog is going to perform at Roadburn. It doesn't even matter what Chip does. He's so fucking cute that people will be there to watch Chip. My friend Johan has convinced me that Johan lives in the Netherlands. If you don't know him and you're watching this, you're like, who the fuck is Johan? Johan lives in the Netherlands, and he sometimes consults with Walter about bands that are exciting. Johan is trying to convince me that one day I'll perform at Roadburn, and I have no idea why. I have no idea what I would do that would be of interest there. I don't know how to play music. But Johan insists that I'm playing in 2021, 2022, etc. He's insistent. So if I can play, Chip can play. And honestly, Thou featuring Chip, that album's probably already recorded, and we just don't know about it. Thou will play with everybody. Roadburn 2023 is just going to be Thou plus somebody, on one of the stages. There'll be like an entire day that's just Thou doing different collaborations. Here's Thou in the Body, of course. Here's Thou and Emma Ruth Rundle, of course. Here's Thou and Chip. Here's Thou and that drunk guy, who's busking in the alleyway. Here's Thou with, Perturbator. Well, I'm really glad you're here. I'm actually starting a band with Johan right now. Johan and I are working on something. I don't think that we'll play Roadburn, but yeah, that's been that's actively in the works, and he has no idea how much lifting he's gonna have to do to carry my pathetic ass. Especially, we're both bassists. I have no idea why, but I mean, Johan's one of my best friends in the world, so but that's not. I don't know. Johan just thinks that I'm going to play Roadburn one day, and I don't know. I mean, I guess he's 6'9". If he tells somebody something's going to happen, I think they just have to let it happen because under threat of bodily harm, right? Like, would you want somebody that large to argue with you? You will lose. I mean, there's no muscle on these arms. There's nothing tough about me. What the fuck am I? I'm not tiny, but next to you, I'm tiny. I'm a tiny clown that talks about beer on the internet. I'm glad you caught that. I don't know if I would like it, to be fair. I like some older Perturbator stuff, but I don't keep up with Perturbator in any sort of consistent way. He had a dark ambient side project that I enjoyed a lot more. A lot of the synthwave stuff was really appealing to me for 5 minutes in 2015 or so. No, not even 2013. What am I saying? And a lot of it didn't hold up for me personally. I saw Perturbator live and I had fun. Thou is one of the most fun live bands in the world. Could be amazing. Imagine Thouronzi Pazuzu. Those are two amazing live bands that probably would not go well together. Thou and Deftones collab. Just because Deftones are putting out their album remixed by everybody under the sun right now. Who else would play with Thou? Thou were really friendly. Thou and Health? It wouldn't surprise me. I did not like the last Health album. Everybody else, it seemed to be on there where everybody discovered Health, but it was kind of like where I lost interest. I loved Health in 2009. A fellow that was playing bass in a band of mine burnt me a CD of Health because I didn't have a computer or anything at the time. I was living wild and loose. And dude burnt me a Health CD and I fell in love with it. And the Health that I hear now, Perturbator touring with Health. Fuck if I know. I don't keep up as much on either of them anymore, but they're both talented groups. That would be even though I didn't like the last Health album and don't keep up as much with Perturbator now, I would see that show in a heartbeat. That would be so much fucking fun to see those bands together. I hope that's happening. I mean, for you in the UK, Europe, etc., it's probably likely that you could actually see something. I don't think in the United States we're going to have shows for a very long time. We fucked up. We continue to fuck up. You could conjugate fuck up every way and it would be true. We have fucked up. We did fuck up. We will fuck up. We are fucking up. All of those are true with the United States and COVID. So that's the beautiful reality we get to inhabit. So I don't think that we get to have shows for a very long time. And to be fair, the last band I saw before the world ended was Mr. Bungle, and I kind of had always thought that I would not see Mr. Bungle, until the end of the world. Like, the universe will come crashing before I see Mr. Bungle. And so I feel like it's kind of my fault that, I had to go and see Mr. Bungle and end the world. And here we are, drinking beer on YouTube. Well, Madeline, you and I seem to have followed the same musical trajectory, even when we talk about the bands that we liked and when we liked them and where we fell out. And I don't know if I don't know Slaves of Fear was even bad. I just didn't like it. Oh, that's cool. And I was the rift in Crystal Castles was a fucking thing for me. I really liked some songs from their first couple records. I don't think I ever heard a full album of theirs I liked all the way through, but obviously we're on Team Alice Glass over here. And so I'm glad. I have not followed her solo career at all, simply because the life I'm living now, I am so saturated with music and I forget to look things up. Like, even Madeline, you sent me a text in the middle of the night last night with a link to a song, and when I opened my phone and saw it, it was I was about to hop in the shower and I forgot. So now I'm just like, oh god, I forgot to listen to that Charlie XCX song you sent me. I'll put it on when I'm done here on YouTube. But yeah, I'm glad that dude left to do some good stuff, but I liked. I mean, that was also like when I was most into health is when I was most into Juju. Like, does that make sense? Is there a parallel there, or am I just making that up? I don't know. And and you will know us by the Trail of Dead. I have their one EP, the Secret of Elena's Tomb. I never heard anything outside of that, but I really, really like that EP. And so part of me has been afraid that when I commit to listening to a full album, it won't be as good, or that I won't connect with it the way I connected with that EP. If there's a best record for me to check out by Trail of Dead, let me know, because I would love to hear more. I've had that record for 16 years now. It's about time I look up something more than the 5 songs on that, isn't it? And look, I'm a bad friend, but I'll own it when I'm a bad friend, right? Like, instead of pretending, oh yeah, you sent me that song, I heard it, yeah, it was great. Like, I'll say like, yeah, fucked up. I saw your text, I got in the shower, my, at 5:45 in the morning, my pea brain just fucking went away, Okay, I've heard a lot about source tags, but anytime something is regarded as a band's best album, I'm almost wary of it. So maybe I'll check out Madonna first and then look up source tags. Thank you. I appreciate that, because I really liked the one EP I got. I think I got it on a clearance sale at a CD store in 2004 or something, and promptly never did more. I'll check out new stuff too. I'm not a purist with anything. I'm just living my life, trying to have some fun, while I'm here and can have fun. And one day I won't be. And maybe I'll have fun when I'm not here too. I have no fucking clue. Time to drink some water. Fun fact, when you drink alcohol, you should drink water. That's the fact. You should drink water. Because it's good for you, and it's delicious. Actually, water doesn't taste like anything. If it tastes like something, you might have a problem. Well, I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at my life, and I'm wondering what I'm doing with it. I need to get myself ready for the next part of my life, for the next part of my night. So I think in the next 5 minutes or so, we're going to wind down, if that's cool. That kind of fucking rules. My day job before I
fell ill with disability was in marketing. And given my love of music, I don't envy PR because that seems like a really thankless job, but I always thought it would be fun to work PR for bands that do interesting, exciting things. Because waxing poetic about art is what I do. So that must be really fun. And I'll have to check out Lost Songs. I'll have to check out a lot of it because I am a person who now collects disability checks from the government instead of having to go to a job. I have a lot more time to listen to music than I used to. Of course, I spend a lot of that time just listening to fucking Suede on repeat like a goddamn idiot. But that's because Suede is an amazing band. Fully justified, I think. And black metal, but we're in our mid-30s. We can't be, all the time. Sometimes I've got to listen to Suede. And goddamn, I think you missed it. You caught a little bit of the tail end of the Darkthrone talk, maybe, but yeah. Darkthrone was the first black metal CD I ever bought. Unless, if Cradle of Filth counts as black metal, it's Cradle of Filth, but if we're going to appease the purists, I got Transylvanian Hunger out of a cutout bin when I was 17. And Darkthrone's always been a favorite band. And they seem like people who would actually be fun to know, which I can't say about a lot of black metal bands I love. There's a lot of bands I love who I have no interest in getting to know as people, no interest in knowing more about as people. Just, I want to hear their music and I don't want anything to do with them. Darkthrone seem like people who I would actually enjoy being around. Maybe I'm totally wrong. That's cool too. So, given, Simon, that you know Becky, has she told you the Mortis story? I forget if it was her or someone else, but she's got a really good Mortis story about first signing and meeting with Mortis. I think it's somebody else's story that she relayed to me, but it's a really fucking funny story anyway. And given how much I love Mortis, I enjoyed it. You've probably already heard it, but yeah, it's a good one. She'll tell it better than I can, because obviously I don't even remember who it happened to. Yeah, Mortis. Fucking Mortis. True Norwegian legend. Well, anyway. We've got this music kind of shifting like soothing waves in the background, and I think I'm going to call it a night so that I have time to prepare for my tarot reading in a little bit. I don't know what I have to do, but I have to be ready to get my tarot read, so I'm going to do that. I'm so glad you've been here. If my computer permits it, I'll do another one of these very soon, and if not, I will film them in advance on my phone. We can't hang out and talk, but we can listen to a tape all the same, and I'll drink a beer. Simon, Madeline, John, everybody who's been here, it's been an absolute delight. Olav, I've had so much fun tonight, which I didn't expect. I honestly wasn't even sure if this would be fun, but my computer came back to life after being dead for a few days, and I thought I should embrace this while I can. And dude, the smell of rain is my favorite era of Mortis. That album is so much fun. It's so playful. And Jesse, it's good to see you too. Let's catch up soon. I wasn't sure if you were still in here because you just kind of left the one comment, but yeah, I'll talk to you soon for sure. My show is great. I have that problem every day. Just normal everyday concerns, right? But sometimes you have a great show, but your nose almost falls off. Anyway, Later on, I will put some links to the tapes that we played down below for YouTube so that you can look them up and scrutinize on Bandcamp rather than hearing it in the background. You can click the links and just look them up. There's links to my social media below if you're not already following me. You can. You don't have to. You can like and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. You can throw me money on Patreon to help me buy more beer if you want to. You don't have to. Be good to one another. Have a great night. Have a good whatever the fuck else you're having. And, it's a pandemic year. Do something nice for yourself. Fuck it. Cheers.